My grandmother won $2 million in the lottery. 3 days later, a bank manager stole every penny. He didn't know she'd set one trap just for him. The happiest day of my grandmother's life lasted exactly 72 hours. At 74, Grandma Rose had never owned anything expensive. She lived in the same tiny house for 46 years. She clipped coupons, reused tea bags, and somehow still managed to donate money to the local animal shelter every month. Then one Tuesday afternoon, she won $2 million in the state lottery. The whole town celebrated. Television crews interviewed her. She smiled and said the same thing over and over. "I just want a peaceful life." 3 days later, she called me crying. "I think I made a mistake." I drove to her house immediately. She handed me her phone. An hour earlier, she'd received a call from someone claiming to be the fraud department at her bank. The man sounded professional. He knew her full name, her address, her account number, even the exact amount she'd won. He told her criminals were trying to steal her lottery money. "The safest thing to do," he said, "is move it into a protected account while we investigate." He stayed on the phone for nearly 2 hours. By the end of the call, every dollar was gone. The police were sympathetic. But these scams are almost impossible to solve. The money had already been transferred through multiple overseas accounts. Grandma blamed herself. "I was so stupid." "No, you trusted someone pretending to help." That night, while helping her clean the kitchen, I noticed something strange. Grandma wasn't as upset as I expected. Instead, she smiled. "I forgot to tell you something." "What?" "I lied to him." "What do you mean?" She opened a notebook. For years, she kept detailed records of every phone call, every bill, every bank visit. Written on one page was a fake security answer. On another page, a fake middle name. Another page, a fake first pet. Then she laughed. "I've always assumed someone might try to scam me someday. So every security answer I give over the phone is fake." I stared at her. "But he transferred your money." She nodded. "Not all of it." The account he'd emptied wasn't her lottery account. It was an older savings account containing just under $9,000. Her actual lottery money had never been touched. She'd secretly opened another account the day after winning. Only her bank manager knew it existed. The scammer thought he'd stolen $2 million. Instead, he'd stolen less than 1% of it. Even better, because he'd believed he'd succeeded, he stopped hiding. The police traced where the stolen money eventually landed. It led to a rented apartment just 2 hours away. When officers arrested him, they found scripts for over 50 different scams, fake bank uniforms, caller ID spoofing equipment, thousands of victims' personal details. The detective later admitted if he hadn't believed he'd hit the jackpot, he never would have gotten careless. Months later, the scammer accepted a plea deal. At sentencing, the judge asked Grandma if she'd like to say anything. She slowly walked to the microphone. "You spent 2 hours convincing an old woman she was helpless." Then she smiled. "The problem was, you picked the wrong grandmother." The entire courtroom laughed. Afterward, a reporter asked how she'd stayed so calm. Grandma